I'm your constant companion. I'm your greatest helper or your heaviest burden. I will push you upwards to the heights of success. I will drag you down to the depths of failure. I'm at your command. Half the things you do, you might as well turn over to me and I'll do them quickly and accurately. I am easily managed. You must be firm with me. Show me exactly how you want something done, and after a few lessons, I will do it automatically. I'm the servant of the great, and alas, of all failures as well. Those who are great, I have made great. Those who are failures, I have made failures. I'm not a machine, although I run with the precision of a machine and the intellect of a human. You may run me for profit or run me for ruin. It makes no difference to me. Take me, train me. I'll place the world at your feet. Be easy with me. Ignore me, and I'll destroy you. Who am I? I am habit. So imagine in your kitchen on your fridge, two sticky notes, one blue, one red, and they both say habits. Let's let the blue represent positive habits and the red negative. And as my intro stated, the more positive habits you sow into your life, the better your life will be. Alternatively, the more negative habits you sow into your life, you can quite literally destroy your life. So on a daily basis, how many of your actions could you chalk up to simply being habit? The answer is somewhere between 40 something percent, upwards of 90+%. That means that some of you are literally sleepwalking your way through your everyday life. Now, would it stand to reason that you could apply these same percentages to your daily choices with your food? I think so. So would it take some of the challenge out of your daily decisions with your nutrition if you were running more on positive habits? I think so. Would it take some of the emotional challenge out of your daily decisions with your food? And good gosh, people struggle, with emotional eating. But would it make a difference if you're running more on positive habits? Again, I think so. So who remembers taking the driver's test? You literally went from not having your license to taking your test to passing your test to being legal to drive. But you were not a good driver in the beginning. No one is, because you're having to think about everything. Are my hands at 10 and 2? And there's a mirror, and there's a mirror, and there's a blind spot, and there's a blind spot. Is my seatbelt on? Is the emergency brake off? And heaven forbid if you're driving stick or standard, you're thinking, oh my gosh, how am I ever going to learn to coordinate all this and move this hunk of junk down the road? And that's just you. Never mind dodging all the other yahoos. And now you can fly down the interstate 80+ miles an hour, iPhone in one hand, Starbucks in the other, driving with your knee, having a big time chit chat with somebody and think absolutely nothing of it. Now, how is that possible? Because driving has become a habit. For the most part, you don't have to think about it anymore. Now, that's still for better, for worse, because some people flat cannot drive. But still, I'm going to consider that you are all excellent drivers in terms of your skills and habits. And yet, if I took away all the yield signs, all the stop signs, all the stop lights, all of the signage that said there's road construction ahead, you need to slow down, or there's a lane closure ahead, you need to merge left or right. All the signs that tells you a combination of where you are and how far it is to where you're going. If I pulled that entire communication grid away and left all of you out there, what would happen? Sheer and utter chaos. I mean, you would kill each other quick, right? Well, that's how it can be with your nutrition. I teach a habit-based approach to nutrition. 12 different habits, 9 nutrition, 3 lifestyle. But without some structure to plug those habits into, you're going to struggle. So, for example, habit number 4 is to eat quality protein. Well, if you don't know how much you need every day, and ideally how many meals that breaks down into, and then the timing of those meals, and oh, by the way, what's protein? And I'm being serious as a nutrition coach, not everyone has clarity on that. That's 4 questions on one habit, and there's 12. So I provide structure and clarity for all of my clients based on their goals, their needs, their individual lifestyles. And that works really well. I'm not trying to stuff everyone in the same box. Everyone gets their own based on, their individual needs. So what about learning these habits or implementing these habits? So I have another question for you. How do you build a puzzle? How do you build a puzzle? It's one piece at a time. It's really the only way. So I published a blog a year or so ago titled, You're Probably Not Rain Man, inspired by the movie Rain Man, Tom Cruise and Dustin Hoffman. Now, that's an old movie, so if you've not seen it, no worries. Or if you've seen it, but you really don't remember, No worries. Tom Cruise played Charlie Babbitt, used car salesman, hustler, gambler, and Dustin Hoffman played his brother Raymond, he was an autistic. He lived in a home. He was very high functioning. He was an excellent driver, as he would say in the movie. But he also had another very special gift. Anyone remember that who did see the movie? Raymond was a walking supercomputer. When it came to math, you could ask him any math question and he'd spit out the answer just like that. So with our proverbial puzzle, Raymond could have put our puzzle together just like that. He'd pretty much bypass the old one piece at a time thing. But for the rest of us mortals, it's one piece at a time. And that's how it is with learning new habits or implementing new habits into your life. It's one habit at a time. So statistically, if I gave you or asked you to develop the habit of taking a new supplement like a multivitamin, and I give you a box of multis, and with high emotional buy-in on a scale of 1 to 10, you're at least an 8, 9. I mean, you're thinking, I got this. You are ready, you're willing, you're able, I mean, you're fired up. And I turn you loose and I track your activity for a few weeks, you'll be about 87% compliant. Now, if I give you a second, something to add to the multi, let's just say a lowly little simple fish oil, less than 50% compliant. If I give you a third, a probiotic or a green supplement, you're off in a ditch, less than 15%. So you do simple really well. Complex, not so much. So when I'm working with my clients, it's of the 12, we take one habit at a time for 2 weeks, layer on the next 2 weeks, layer on the next 2 weeks. And that works really well. 6 months to get through the program. Now you're thinking, well, 2 weeks is not that long to, have developed but master a new habit. And I agree, but consider two things. We're talking food. We're not learning a foreign language. I mean, it is a known topic. I'm just giving structure and clarity. And then the habits work synergistically. So when we focus on eating quality protein for 2 weeks, we're not going to forget that when we move on to eating fruits and veggies. I mean, they do build on top of each other, and it works really well. So what are the habits? Number one, take a 5-minute action. You're thinking, what? It's actually a hybrid. It can be nutrition or it can be lifestyle. Nutritionally, it could be just adding a multivitamin. Lifestyle, it could be as simple as writing in a gratitude journal every night before you go to bed. The whole point of this is to get you moving, to get you off of zero, to get you into action, to start building some self-confidence that you can do bigger and better things. So number two, eat slowly. Now, of the 12, this is probably the simplest. And for people who are trying to lose weight, maybe one of the most beneficial and powerful, because if you will simply slow down, you will eat less. It's not a quantity thing. It's not a quality of food thing. And this especially is a good strategy when you're eating out. If you will simply slow down, it gives your brain and your tummy a chance to sync up and to realize, hey, I'm actually full. I don't really want any more. So slow down, you will eat less. Number three, stop eating at 80% full, or in layman's terms, eat until you're satisfied, not until you're stuffed. And if there's any doubt as to what stuffed is, start with Thanksgiving and work your way backwards. Number four, eat quality protein. Number five, eat your fruits and veggies. I'm sure you've heard that from your mom and your grandma. Number six, eat healthy carbohydrates, smart carbs, healthy carbs. Number seven, eat healthy fats. Now, for the last two, regardless of what you might hear in popular social media society, either one is not the savior or the devil. You need them both. You just need them in the proper amounts. End of story. Number eight, you need to drink enough water. Ideally, half your body in ounces a day, and then add to that based on your activity. Number nine, have some sort of meal prep process so that you're not starting all your meals from scratch. Even the most disciplined person, once you get into the work week, when time is precious and bullets are flying, you will hit a wall where you rationalize, I don't have time to make whatever. And you'll either skip, which is terrible, or you'll take path of least resistance, which is what so many people do, and eat crap. So meal prep, it will save you. Number 10, manage stress. It's killer. It'll impact every area of your life. You have to manage stress. Your body can only handle so much. Number 11, get quality sleep. Ideally 7+ hours a night. 7 to 9 is your sweet spot, depending on the individual, but 7+ hours a night. And I hear it all the time. People say, well, I get by on, name your number less than 7. And I just ask them, do you want to get by or do you want to thrive? It's two different places. If anything less than 7, you are slipping into sleep deprivation. It'll impact you cognitively. It'll impact your body's performance in the gym and life, just overall recovery. It will, don't cheat yourself on your sleep. And then number 12, it's manage overall recovery. I mean, this is a combination of stress management, getting enough sleep, and overall energy expenditure. I mean, your body can only do so much on a weekly basis. And if you overload your system with more than what it can recover from, you will dig a hole that you will bounce that proverbial check with your body will break down. So you have to make recovery a priority. That's it. That's the 12. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. That's a pretty simple list. It is. I mean, there's no rocket science here, but please don't be underwhelmed by the simplicity. Some of the most powerful concepts on the planet are also the simplest. Can you say compound interest? Einstein said it was the 8th wonder of the world. Very simple, very powerful. And I love the quote by the late, great Jim Rohn, who said, what is simple to do is also simple not to do. Or what is easy to do is also easy not to do. Jim used to joke that it's easy enough to eat an apple a day for your health. Most people don't. And just because the 12 that I just shared with you appear to be simple and easy, they're not. One at a time, maybe, but all collectively 12 every single day. I've never met anyone who's mastered the 12, including your speaker. That sleep thing still whips my butt. I'm working on it. So let's just say that there's a lot of room for improvement. So if you're interested in taking a deep dive into the 12 and learning more, I'm going to provide the link below. It is my contact page. Fill that out, hit submit, and we'll set up a Zoom call, and I'll walk you through the process. And as always, best of luck in your journey.